Hello everyone, it's Yvonne here. I decided to do a pick a card reading, so I had a little chat with the universe, with spirit, and said, okay, what sort of reading would really help everybody at the moment? Because I know people are going through great changes. And spirit said to me to do a reading that would allow people to see what was holding them back from their past lives, which has been a lot of the communication I've had from people lately. And you'll know if it resonates with you. You will get it. You truly will. So I've got 3 piles of cards here. And I would like to hold them up for you, but it actually becomes awkward. So I'm going to tip the camera down and we'll have a look at what's going on. And let me just see if I can get them into focus a little bit more for you. And I'm using here the Carolyn Miss Archetype cards, the Past Life deck by Doreen Virtue, the Psychic Tarot deck by John Holland, with the Mythic Tarot here. Okay, so there are 3 piles. The first pile is Moonstone. If you pick Moonstone. Pile 2 is Rose Quartz. And the third pile is Lapis. It actually makes my nail polish look more purpley, doesn't it? But lapis lazuli. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes of quiet, and I will timestamp these. I'm sure somebody will get on and timestamp them before I get in there, but I will timestamp them for you, so I can give you some insight into what's going on for you and maybe help you sort of nudge yourself forward a little bit on the journey. All right. All right. Hopefully by now you've made your decision. All right. And we're going to start with pile number 1. Just move these 2 guys out of the way. Okay, and pile number 1 will be at 235. All right, and that was for those of you who chose the Moonstone. It's a beautiful piece, isn't it? Okay, let's see what we've got here. I'm going to put the cards all out. I will show you as I'm going though. So what we have here in pile 1, we have the base chakra for starters. That's a really good indication of something going on here. Okay, so we have here, and that is a blank card, so I do not need that one. We have here the healer, the slave, and the student, all coming out for you here. All right, from the past life cards, you have spouse, Greco-Roman, and ships. Oh wow, I can already feel the energy from that. I can already feel the energy from that. All right, and from the tarot deck, Page of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the 6 of Cups, the Chariot, yeah, I already got that, and the Magician. Oh wow, if you picked pile 1, this is really amazing. Okay, so I'm going to tell you here, I can't get them all into the camera view, so I'm going to try and move things around a little bit as best as I can. So you won't see the cards, you'll only see me. Good luck with that. All right. Some of you out there at the moment experiencing some sort of blockage on your base chakra. Now the base chakra connects you to earth. So there's definitely this energy of being disconnected from source. There is a really strong feeling of you being incredibly potent in your healing abilities. And I feel like you may have been someone who was possibly a student in a past life rather than the person doing the healing. So you may have been committed to a master to do the work with them, and in this lifetime you're going to become the teacher. You learnt your skills from working with people who, during the wars in Roman times, helped to heal people in the war who were hurt by swords. I think you made poultices. You were able to heal people to get them to go back into battle. So you were a very clever healer. But I don't think that you were particularly in a position of power. You may have owned your power, you may have realized your power, but you were only a slave or a servant. You weren't really the person who could do this, who was seen as being magical. The Hierophant here and the Magician, you got all major arcanas here, 3 major arcanas. Tells me that you had great skills, but you were sort of denied being able to use your skills or show your skills to others. Others may have taken your glory from you. So even though you were extremely powerful, other people around you took that from you. I feel very much here, especially with the Chariot card here, that this affects you in your lifetime now because you still feel like you're the student. You're not really feeling still that you're the teacher. You appear to have been very, very powerful back then. I feel really like you had a gift from the universe to do this work. And although you were very powerful, you seemed to always live in everybody else's shadow. You weren't recognized for the powerful being that you were. I feel that as you got further into your journey, you still stayed a slave. So you always felt like you were under the power of other people. But I do think that there were people that recognized you along the way, but weren't strong enough or powerful enough to push you forward, to let people know how powerful you really were. All through this reading is so much around healing other people that have been hurt, really understanding that you had this incredible power to offer others, but completely and always being overshadowed by somebody more powerful. In this lifetime, I think that you're still trying to sort of reach out beyond that energy, trying to prove yourself. And it feels to me like if you are a person who wants to practice your healing, you're not fully, you feel the energy, you know it's there, you know how powerful you are, but you feel always overshadowed by other people. You could have been in a position too where you were even denigrated for your skill. And because of this, in this lifetime, you need to be really clear about how to ground yourself in order to get this stability. Because you're still somehow clinging here to this past life energy. So there's this very much this energy of still feeling what it was like back then. So even though you have this great skill, and a healer can be so many things other than just physically healing people. You can be a healer through other things you do. And I feel in this lifetime, this energy that you have, this power, is not feeling to you like you're fully connected to it. So with the Chariot and the Magician here, I want to say to you that you have to trust that this energy is with you and why you're having trust moving forward with it. Because if you're always hammered down, if you're always sort of pushed into place, if you're always told that you are only a slave, you are only a student, then you're never going to grow into this incredible part of yourself that you keep hidden from the world. So it's like this energy of blocking yourself. And I feel like you have a gift. You have a gift to show the world here. Your talent is amazing. It's amazing. You can't keep it hidden by keep telling yourself that you're not good enough, or you're not big enough, or you're not skilled enough. Because the cards here are telling me that you have the ability to transform people with the Magician. So you can transform people here. You are the healer. So whatever you do in your skill, whether that's art, whether it's creating, whatever it is, you have the power to heal others. Don't be overshadowed by other people around you, or by not thinking or feeling that you're good enough. All right, let's put those aside and we will go to pile 2, and that's 11, 10. All right, pile 2, let's see what's going on for you. I want to try and put them in the same order. Okay, so we have the Advocate coming through with the Hero, Heroine, the Thief, the Warrior and the Thief. You've got 4 cards there. All right, on top of those we have Unrequited Love, Native American, Spirituality and Religion. Well, I can see where this one's going now as well. All right, your card from the Psychic Tarot is Destiny. And from the tarot, we have the Page of Cups. Yours is all about love. Those of you watching this one, the Star and Destiny coming through here. Beautiful. 8 of Cups, the Lovers, yep, and Strength. Okay. You may be a person who's found it very difficult in this lifetime to have the sort of relationship or the sort of love you felt that you deserved. There is a strong feeling here that you may be either a person in your past life who was very religious. I see you as living in a time where you had to really fight for what you wanted. So I feel that very strongly you had a very religious sort of spiritual side to you. You could have been a priest or someone who worked on behalf of other people in a very religious sense. I feel that you struggled with that because you were probably very poor and you weren't able to invest in other people in terms of romance or relationship. Not just because you didn't have anything to offer people, but because you had this religious, you wanted to dedicate yourself to the church, you wanted to work very, very strongly and in helping others. And because of this, you never felt like you had enough. You never had enough to give to other people. You never felt that you were, a whole person. And for some unknown reason, helping others to survive, giving things to, you may have stolen food to feed others when you were starving yourself. But there's this really strong feeling here that because of that, you never felt that you could get into a relationship. You could never be with someone. You felt that you had this destiny here to fulfill. And this destiny you had to fulfill never gave you the choice to partner up with other people. So I think that you were very much attracted to other people, felt great love for other people, but you were never able to invest in other people because of your lack within, this sadness within where you couldn't have what you wanted, so you didn't feel you could give it to other people. There's an emptiness within that you were filling with helping others and being a sort of servant to others. And even fighting for the church, fighting for what was right, but never feeling you could have what you wanted. So there's very, very much this energy here of not ever being able to have a relationship with someone that was fully developed. And you may have had loves along the way, but you were never able to be with someone in the true sense. And this left you very emotionally unsatisfied. So you may have made some sort of pact when you came into this lifetime to be able to find the love you wanted. But because of this past life influencing you, you've constantly picked these situations that don't bring you the love you want, because you still believe, because of this past life energy, that you don't have what you need to offer here. I feel that you could have been in an energy here of working with people who were very poor or very downtrodden in society. So I think your dedication, your destiny was to work towards this. You were focused only on this. And because of this, I feel that you stood up for others, you fought for others, you did things for other people. You were a real martyr here. So you gave all of your energy to others. In a way, you were very powerful at what you did. You had a lot of power in doing what you did, but that power isn't serving you now in this lifetime, because you're still doing the same thing. You're either still meeting people where you're investing everything in them because you feel that's what you need to do. So you may be picking people who are broken, who don't have the ability to do what they want. You need to do it for them. You're constantly investing in others here. And there's a lesson in this lifetime to understand that this was part of the past destiny, but it won't affect you in this destiny. So you have to let that go now. You can't be constantly serving others and giving everything to other people at the detriment of missing out yourself. So I think you really loved what you were doing. I think you were really investing in giving to other people. But there's this real strong feeling here that you were not able to have what you wanted in that life. And you may well have been in love with someone, totally, but you still deprived yourself of that for your cause, for what you saw as your destiny. And you had great strength in that. You were seen as having great strength. You knew that you were really good at what you did, but you never had the energy of love for yourself. You never had that reciprocated love. So in this lifetime, you might be constantly walking away from situations because you don't really understand that you can be loved back, because you are the one providing. You're the one always giving to others. But this energy here of your destiny and the star says to me differently. So you just have to understand how this is affecting you in this life. All right, pile 2, I hope that's helped you out a little bit. Let's go to the beautiful pile 3 with the Lapis. So we're at 1935. All right, let's see what we have here. The cards are going to be different again because I've pulled what I felt I needed to pull. So here we have 2 from the Psychic Tarot. We have mental conflict, and we have trapped in fear. All right, from Carolyn Mrs. Archetype cards, we have mentor, victim, monk, nun, and servant. We have transportation, knighthood, and Egypt. We have the Queen of Swords. Wow, okay, I'm getting your energy now. Nine of Cups, Queen of Cups, Nine of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles. Wow, okay. You had life in medieval times here. Definitely roundabout. I feel here that you were somebody who was in a position of power. I feel that you were a person who had everything that you could ever want. It was there for you. And it's sort of funny because it's like you're in this position. Oh my goodness, I've got Marie Antoinette, you know, let them eat cake. I have this sort of really strong feeling that you lived a life of splendor, but you lived your life in a very lonely way because you wanted to be able to give to others and you were not able to do that. So it may have meant, you know, with the trapped in fear card, that you were in this situation that was something that you didn't want to be in, but you were trapped there. And with the mental conflict, I feel like this created a lot of distress for you. So you could have been married very young, married extremely young, and it may have been a marriage that was perhaps forced upon you. It may have been a marriage that was arranged long before you were born. And I think and feel like you were married to someone who may have been quite treacherous, someone who was very, very cruel, very commanding, very obsessive. And I feel like you almost were trapped in situations where you weren't allowed to do anything by yourself. You weren't allowed to have a mind to think about things. You weren't able to express yourself in a way that was really healthy. So you lived really confined. I feel really strongly that you were a very bright, smart individual. And I feel that you may have done things without people knowing. So you may have got used to being very secretive about educating yourself, about finding ways to improve yourself without anybody knowing you were doing that. And I feel really strongly here that you had other people around you who helped you achieve things, even though you were still always under the control of this other person. Whoever this person was, I feel like they had great wealth. I think that you were given everything that you could have wanted in a material sense, but in an emotional sense, you felt like you weren't able to achieve what you wanted to do. You could have, you know, had sort of a fantastic life in terms of grandioseness, you know, being able to sort of participate in incredible things, but you were always under this, I want to call this person a tyrant. I think you were married into some sort of relationship where you were never allowed to be who you were. You were never allowed to, or free to be me, is what I'm feeling. And I feel like you couldn't even go out or do anything without having someone around you watching you to make sure you didn't do anything that you shouldn't do. And here you are, this bright, intelligent person, most likely a woman here, who was unable to access those things in life that you wanted. But you managed to be quite sneaky and quite secretive and quite clever about being able to do things without your tyrant husband or partner knowing about that. And it's sort of like you had this beautiful heart and wanted to love and wanted to show the world the true you, but you were always seen as like the tyrant's wife, so you never got an opportunity to shine in your own right. I really think that you wanted to serve others, to help others, I think you naturally had this beautiful heart where you really felt that you were wasted away or wasting away. And you may have suffered really strongly with depression and sadness because of this, by not being able to be who you were meant to be. And I feel like your love and your energy, you didn't have any children. You may have been seen as being barren by your partner, but I feel that you've made some sort of pact in that life to not be able to create new things. Not just children, perhaps children in that life, but it may manifest as not feeling creative or stunted or stilted in this life from expressing who you are. And I feel that you had this incredible power, but you were made to feel like the result of everything around you. So there's a strong feeling of victim energy and a strong feeling of self-blame and criticalness about yourself because of this. And it's sort of like you become imprisoned here by someone who wanted to own you, who saw you as a chattel. And it's like you really want to get out of this energy, but you couldn't. And it created so much anxiety here. And you saw even the simplest things as getting away, as having a holiday, as going anywhere, even though you always had someone breathing down your neck. It's like you were never able to be free. This freedom was just denied to you here. But inside, you were craving this love that you never found where you were. I feel really strongly in this lifetime that you have trouble expressing yourself. You have trouble understanding who you really are. You may have trouble understanding what you want to do. You may have trouble trying to see how to live your life. It's like you're still carrying some energy here of not being free to be who you are. I feel that your creativity may be very sort of buried deep within you because you're afraid to bring it to the surface, because you're afraid here still that this may not be accepted. You might be an incredible singer, you may be an incredible writer, you may be an incredible painter, but you feel all the time this sense of having to have control over this, keeping yourself down. This energy of being under control of things still is still with you. It's like you're still feeling like you're hemmed in or boxed into something which isn't allowing you to truly express yourself in this lifetime. You're still living in this boxed in space. And there may be always this energy of wanting to burst out of your skin or wanting to do things and jumping at them, but never really feeling like you can, because you still feel that you've got this energy of control over you. And it creates, I've got a lot of anxiety here, and a lot of feeling like your wishes can't come true. So I want to say to you, once you understand this energy, you can let it go. You don't need it anymore. It was here to teach you. All of these paths are here. All of these energies from your past life are here to teach you about yourself. Once you understand that, you can let the energy go. I think you're an incredibly beautiful person in this pile. Incredibly gifted, loving, caring, but you were never allowed to be what you wanted to be. All right, I'll leave you with that. Thank you.